This time round, we're focusing on cybercrime, and with the help of Opinium, a research company, we've interviewed around about 3,500 consumers across 9 countries in Europe and North America. As a headline set of statistics, 45% of the respondents had actually been a victim of cybercrime. 1 in 6 of them lost real money, and 20% of those lost around about £1,000 in the UK or $1,500 in North America. Historically, this kind of fraudulent activity has always been focused on the finance and banking sectors, and that is supported in this survey, with 30% of the infringements occurring in that particular vertical. What we've found, though, very interesting, is that 17% of the respondents had actually suffered this kind of cybercrime incident when they were doing things like paying their online bills. Less surprisingly, 11% of people had suffered this kind of cybercrime incident in relation to social media. When we look at the consequences of this kind of incident on the respondents, we obviously found things like they downloaded viruses and damaged their laptop. They felt they'd had their identity stolen in some way. They were dissatisfied with the brand. Far and away the most common response was that 40% of the people who took part said that they had significant fear of working with online services again. One very positive finding of the survey is that education is working. 87% of the people who responded said that they were aware of the risks of cybercrime online. Although, because of the shifting tactics of criminals in the space, 45% of them do still fall victim. And astonishingly, less than half of those that do actually report the incidents to the authorities. When we look at the impact of these kind of incidents on the brands that are involved, 71% of respondents said that it would damage the reputation of the brand in their eyes. 53% went as far as to say they felt it would stop people from engaging with that particular brand in the future. Consumers actually have a strong view about how brand owners should deal with this kind of problem. 3/4 of our respondents said that the brands involved should have some kind of fraud or brand protection program in place. And clients of MarkMonitor, such as Nationwide Building Society in the UK or Verizon Communications in North America, have certainly benefited from that over a long period. When we looked at which aspects of the internet people felt were most trustworthy, far and away top of the list was dedicated banking applications, where 54% of respondents felt safe. The other end of the spectrum, social media, and particularly responding to advertisements, only 14% of our respondents felt that they were safe in that environment. In summary, cybercrime attacks continue to be prolific. And although consumers are extremely well educated and awareness is high, they do expect responsibility for solving this to be with brand owners. With criminals changing their tactics on a day-to-day basis, there's never been a better opportunity for brand owners to positively differentiate themselves by having an active fraud protection program in place.